Stun all enemies is this going to be something he creates at the beginning of every single turn? That's going to be nice. Is it enough for Yasuo? No, let's actually see that lovely level up animation. I'm assuming... Oh, boom! Punching down, knocking everyone back. Nice! Hello, everyone. Gomez here for the LAN Up Show. Pumped for today because obviously the seasonals are going on. But hopefully, we're going to be getting a champion. And hopefully, it's going to be Malphite tonight because obviously, we've seen some cards. There was a little card that was revealed earlier on today. So hopefully, we're going to be getting the champion. Let's get in and just see what the hell these cards are tonight. Yes, actually a little video that they're showing on. I've missed the little videos, okay? Do remember we used to have like the little videos doing up every evening, even for the non-champion cards, but it is looking like it's going to be Rockman. That is a Rockman coming from the mountain. Oh, give it to me. This is what I've been waiting for, like, you know, like all day. Let's go. So, okay. So he's not a landmark. Everyone did say that they were going to assume that Malphite was actually going to be a landmark, but no. He's a 7 cost. 7 cost, what you call it, 610, which is a big stat with tough. But he's got quite a big, you've summoned 12 plus mana of landmarks, which, let's face it, they've added some more landmarks into Targon, and that does technically mean that he's not like 100% set that he has to be with Shurima, because obviously there are other regions that have landmarks. Obviously it's going to be a little bit easier in Shurima because it does say you've summoned 12 plus mana of landmarks. So technically when Talia summons another landmark, which she makes a copy, is that summoning it and counting towards his thing? One must assume that's how that works. So technically you could level him a lot quicker with Tally, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he has to be run with her, because obviously, as I said, every single region's got landmarks, and who knows, they might get given more landmarks in the future, therefore meaning that like their likelihood of being used is there. But it's interesting because obviously everyone was saying they thought that he was going to be a landmark himself. So let's just see what's going to be going on here. It's big stats and tough is a key. Like, at least he has a keyword, okay? Okay, against the big ass Targon stuff. There's little Chip, our champion. Oh, the champion that is Chip. Boom, this card, Ground Slam with 4 mana fast speed, stun a unit. Deal 3 to it if you've summoned a landmark this game. So yet again, more landmark synergy and stun synergy. Is it enough to put Yasuo? That's going to be the question. Loads of people are going to be seeing this card thinking, is it enough to put Yasuo in there though? Because technically, Yasuo would make this 5 damage if he hadn't leveled yet. This would make it 5 damage, obviously, if you've drawn a landmark. So there's already some stun synergy within Targon. Is it enough to take Yasuo out of Noxus? But talking really, yeah, which at 4 mana fast speed, stunning a unit. This is actually the first fast speed stun that we've seen from Targon, because Targon does have some stuns, but a lot of it is slow speed in terms of the Celestial stun slow speed, the Zoe stun is slow speed, and if you were to use Leona with her something, you've got to still play a unit, which is effectively slow speed because you can't use it as a reaction, whereas this is actually a stun that you can use as a reaction, and it's dealing 3 damage to a unit as well when it's coming smashing down. So it's actually quite nice to see that Targon's got that reactability there. Its main reactability is Hush, so actually having a bit of stun going in is quite nice. So I actually do like this card. You know, quite a powerful card in terms of for the region with what else it can do. Very powerful card. So just boom, smash! Especially with adding landmarks, that is just like a lovely animation as well. I mean, that's going to be the thing. We're just going to wait for the level up animation. So, okay, we've already seen that. Like these cards, we know. Ooh, that was new, wasn't it? We haven't seen Whatever You Are, Unstoppable. So I'm assuming we're about to see him level up. But yeah, so stun all enemies is this going to be something he creates at the beginning of every single turn? That's going to be nice. Is it enough for Yasuo? No, let's actually see that lovely level up animation. I'm assuming. Oh, boom! everyone back. Nice! As he does that, and now we've got... So he turns into... Which still got the tough. When I'm summoned, or leveled, which is start of round, if you have the attack token, so every single time that they have the attack token at the start of round, they're going to be getting an unstoppable force, which I believe is what we just saw is stun all enemies, which actually is a really powerful ability to be able to just like to hold everyone back. Obviously, your opponent can still develop, but it's a nice ability. And also, it does say, if you have the attack token, so round start, if you have the... Okay, no, sorry. I'm reading that wrong. I was reading that as whenever... I was reading that like kind of like Riven's thing, whereby every single time she gets the attack token, because obviously there's ways of cheating that out with Riven, because you can rally, or you can use... What's his face? The Cataclysm on something with Scout to then force you to rally, which then means that you get to get another one of those things. It just says at the round start if you have the attack token. So the fact that it says that means that you have to have it's only going to be on your finishes, so there's no way to cheat it out. I don't think even through rallying and whatnot it wouldn't give you an additional thing. It just says like at the start of the round if finishes. But that is still a really powerful ability to be able to stun everything that's on your opponent's board at that moment in time. Is it enough for Yasuo? That's always going to be the question we're going to ask ourselves. Is it enough for Yasuo? But the 7-11 body is powerful. Bear in mind that we have already seen that in Targon, one of the landmarks to get Malphite to this point gives you Overwhelm, like a plus 3, plus 2, and Overwhelm. Therefore, basically meaning that he could be a 10 attack unit with Overwhelm. There's also other Overwhelm synergy within Targon itself. So actually a big unit such as this can become even more problematic and basically forcing your opponents to have to remove them from the field of play. So actually, it's not bad at all. And plus with Tough and that health stat, it's going to be so annoying to deal with. I mean, you got to say that's so they're gonna put Overwhelm on top here by the looks of it. But so we already knew about this as a thing, so putting that on top of there, and then that's such like an aggressive stat in terms of things. So the Unstoppable Force is what we've seen. So it's a token card that's obviously just created by him. 2 cost, slow speed, stun all enemies on the field. So obviously they've got Spell Shield, and actually Soothsayer gives Spell Shield to all champions, right? They're like in terms of like a card that we've recently seen that's actually quite a nice card. So there are ways of getting around this, but obviously it's forcing out your resources before you even committed, and just that immediate stun. The fact that admittedly it's holding on to it, because it doesn't say fleeting, does it? I need to quickly go back and check. It doesn't say anything about fleeting. Basically, this is one of these things whereby you can leave it and your opponent knows. So it doesn't say anything about it being fleeting, because obviously, because actually we saw that a turn went by and then it went into that bit. So your opponent knows you've got that in your hand and knows that you can use it at any point, which forces them into an open attack, because they know if they've got a wide board, boom, Unstoppable Force is most likely going to be hitting them. So they have to know. So you can hold it back for your attack turn into the defensive and basically force your opponents into open attacks, whereby Malphite's probably going to be getting a decent enough trade, because look at that health stat with Tough. He's going to be getting a decent enough trade against most things he's going to be up against. I think Nautilus is like the only thing that gives him a problem in terms of like stat wise, or I guess the Celestials if they've been bigger, or Straight Vengeances obviously can kill him. But I mean in terms of trade wise, Nautilus is about the only one who just with the first stats can. Aurelian Soul would give him a run for his money, but still he would be alive with like, 2 stats. So it's one of those things whereby it forces your opponent to have to attack, because otherwise they know everything's getting stunned unless it's been spell shielded. So it's not a bad strategy at all. It's whether or not how clunky you're going to have your board full of landmarks at the time is going to be the question there. But let's just get ourselves back into the situation wherever we were. So yeah, Unstoppable Force. It's one of those things that just forces your opponent to have to deal with it. And the animation! Oh, the animation. And then just boom, stun again so that it gets out the way of the Overwhelm unit. Oh, it's big. It's big! Oh, big mountain man. You weren't the landmark I was thinking you were going to be, but still, aggressive stats and really aggressive ability. Was not expecting the stun synergy, if I'm going to be honest, but obviously I said like Targon does have some elements of stun. Let's just see whether or not there's anything else. I will quickly check on the what's next? Yeah, so we get to see this because the card that was revealed earlier on was this one, this Stonebreaker, which is the 6 mana 6/4 play. So it's only a play effect, it's not a summon effect. If you've summoned 4+ landmarks this game, which again just goes into that other one that we saw yesterday, and also the landmarks that we saw yesterday, deal 4 damage to an enemy and 2 to the enemy nexus. So upon play, this can basically near enough be a remove something on your opponent's side of the board, or do some significant damage to something on your opponent's side of the board, and then throw down Malphite's Grand Slam to be able to finish them off, because that gives you a total of 7 damage if you're using those 2 abilities together, and also that's doing 2 damage to the enemy nexus. So quite a big punch coming in from the big huge rock man. Okay, let's see what we've got going on top of Mobilytics, just in case we've missed anything, but I feel that boom, yeah, that is everything. And obviously I said like we saw those cards, but we talked about those the other day, but there's more synergies and landmark stuff to help Targon and Malphite get on its way. Now obviously, as I said, the main home of Malphite is most likely going to be with Shurima to begin with, just because obviously Tally's in there, and her ability to be able to copy a landmark is going to be helping him along his way, as well as the fact that they've got like some really nice landmarks with the immediate turn 1 predict, letting you like dictate what's going to be coming out of your deck. So there is certain things which, as I said, literally will be quite devastating, right? In terms of the fact that that's a lot of stuns, and that whether or not we will see any Yasuo stuff with those stuns, who knows? Let's face it, everyone's gonna try and force it to begin with, because it means that we're going with Ionia, which Ionia, is it just the monastery? What else is the monastery the only landmark that Ionia has? I'm not saying that it would be bad with that, but I'm just saying, so I guess the monastery does allow you to recall the concussive palm guys, to be able to use concussive palm again. So there's a little bit there. Whether or not it's going to be enough is which begs the question. There's also a slight chance that you might want to run this in P and Z, run it with like a kind of like Teemo-y deck, where Teemo's going in being the aggressor, and like Malphite's forcing out those stuns, which is stopping your opponent. Like, you're delaying the tactics until the shrooms killed them, because obviously the landmark that you're throwing out there is the what's his face? Well, I can't think of damn names right now. You're throwing out the Hexcore Foundry. So I mean, there is like certain things, but the main home immediately that's going to spring to everyone's mind is Shurima. But I'm just saying that there are other ways that this could potentially be utilized. But actually, quite solid the fact that how many more things they've given to Targon in terms of landmark synergy to kind of help along this way. And yeah, just immediately stunning all enemies for 2 mana. They're going to have to deal with this unit. They're not going to be able to leave Malphite just on his own, or they're going to have to be forced into immediate open attacks, which I said, now that you've got Grand Slam, which is a fast speed, just to dilute that, or if you get yourself into a region which can punish immediate. So that's what it is. So yet again, if we were to talk Yasuo, Yasuo punishes open attack, because Yasuo allows you to use stun mechanics, fast speed ones, in order to stop the attacks that your opponent has declared. So as I said, there could actually be an okay Yasuo Malphite deck. It depends on whether or not Ionia gets any more landmarks, and whether or not because we don't actually know what their champion's going to do yet, right? We don't know what Irelia's going to do yet, so we'll be seeing what she's going to be bringing with her blade synergy and whatnot. But honestly, this is quite hype. I'm quite hyped about this champion right now, in terms of not just thinking about him in terms of Shurima, but other things that can be done. And obviously, I said it works really well. The amount of overwhelm synergy, so these big elemental rock mountain things are basically coming in here to be big ass overwhelm stuff. And obviously, you've got a landmark which straight up caters towards giving even more stats and overwhelm, as well as this is the region of Zenith Blade, whereby, boom, you can immediately make sure that you're getting things into that point as well in terms of overwhelm. Because, yeah, I like it. I like it. It's definitely putting overwhelm on top of Malphite is going to be devastating, especially just the immediate, so 10 damage going from that landmark deal. Most likely going to be running in that deck because you want to get him to his level up condition. So yeah, I am quite happy with this and already seen a number of different ways that Malphite can be used. But these are just my opinions. What are your opinions? So let's go into big face mode. Whoop. So, yes, those are my opinions. What are your opinions on these cards? Please let me know down in the comment section down below, as well as the fact that, obviously, if you didn't know already, shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. You can catch me on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So if you want to come by, say hello while I'm streaming. I do love it when people come by and say, hello, I saw you on YouTube, and I've come by to see this stuff. So, please feel free. I'll be getting daily videos out on these which are like spoilers every single night. So if you want to check by tomorrow to see what I've got to think about these things, please feel free, as well as the fact that I've got like videos coming out daily on Legends of Runeterra content. So if it sounds interesting to you, why not hit that subscribe button? But do not feel forced to. It's just that I've got an end of year goal of hitting 5,000 followers/subscribers on this channel. Honestly, thank you so much. Just watching this right now, thank you, like, for getting this far through the video and whatnot, because honestly, it does, every little bit matters, so thank you. Also, there's a Discord down below, so if you want to get into the Discord and start talking about these cards, different creations, different decks, as more and more cards come out, please let me know what your thoughts are and what kind of decks you're coming up with. As well, in that Discord, not only is there a monthly competition, a games night, and a movie night, but this month, there will be a Legends of Runeterra tournament, whereby on the 15th and 16th in that Discord is probably where all the conversation and talk's going to be going down. But you can win yourself this lovely coveted Twisted Fate card set, as well as this stand. These cards are removable, and like you can hold it, and do whatever you want with them. There's a few little cash prizes as well as there being a special prize for whoever comes with the memeiest lineup. Regardless of how well you do, you can win, lose, or draw. You can lose all of your matches, but if you've got the memeiest lineup, by my calculations, because I will go through everyone's thing and I will judge this and let you know what I think. But yes, like, whoever wins that will be getting a special little prize, because it's a fun tournament. It's a tournament for fun, good times. Obviously, the cards will have just come out, so who the hell knows what we're going to see going in that tournament. So if that sounds interesting to you, so get in that Discord and start asking me questions, because there is technically the website where you can join in now if you wanted to. But honestly, thank you all so much. I hope you have a great day, evening, night, or whatever it is for you. And until next time, bye! From flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.